What's going on? Let me ask you a question. You've been playing your instrument and your chords ain't come out as strong, your licks ain't come out as sweet, your lines ain't come out how you heard them? We gonna help with that. What's going on, y'all? My name is Justin Murray. I am the founder, owner, and creator of Straight Up Productions, and I am here to help you in this wonderful world we call music. I'm here for the instrumentalist, for the vocalist, for the songwriter, for the arranger, for the producer, for the mixing engineer. I am here to just share my knowledge with you so we can all grow up together. Sound all right? So, I'm here to talk to the musician who is struggling with execution. Your chords aren't as strong. Your lines ain't as sweet. They're not coming out the way you heard them in your head. All right? So I'm pretty sure that the answer lies right in here. All right? In our fingers. Probably what's going on is your fingers aren't strong enough and you're not playing through enough. All right. Now, that may sound like a weird concept. It may sound trivial. It may sound simple. But I guarantee you it makes a world of a difference. All right. So let's talk about these for a second. All right. In your finger, each finger has three muscles. Did you know that? And we have to work all of these muscles. All right. To consistently get the sound that we want out of our instrument. All right. So yes, I'm talking to the pianist. I'm talking to the bassist and the guitar player also. Right. Saxophonist, of course, singers and stuff like that. Don't really have to worry about fingering that much. We push down a button. Singers, you don't have any buttons. God bless you. But with our pianists, our guitar players, sometimes if we're not pushing down enough, if we are not playing in enough, our ideas won't come out the way we hear them because we're not putting enough intent, enough strength into what we're playing. All right. So speaking primarily to the pianist, it's a lot about weight. Our sound is directly related to the weight that we put into the instrument. All right. And that is created by the gravity, right? Just by our initial drop of our finger and the weight that we put into the instrument. All right. So how do we work on this? We're going to use a couple of different exercises I'm going to show you. And boom, check this out. We are going to dive a little bit into this book here. If you are not familiar with Hannon, you've never heard of this, you've never done any of these exercises, get familiar with Hannon quickly. Please. Please. I need you to do it. You need you to do it. Your band members need you to do it. Your audience needs you to do it. Okay, this guy, 60 exercises in here that are designed to strengthen your fingers, but also speed up your fingers. All right, it's only like $8 on Amazon. Get it. It gets there quickly. It will benefit you. I vouch for it. Many others vouch for it. Let it bless you. Please let it bless you. All right. So let's dive into these exercises real quick. So while I'm in front of my piano right now, these exercises I'm going to show you don't have much to do with the piano right now. All right? So it's all about exercising and stretching and working these muscles right here that we talked about in your fingers. I keep saying fingers. Fingers, fingers, fingers. I want you to do away with the concept of I have two hands and this hand does this and this hand does that and all that. Yes, these things are mentioned, but get used to thinking like you have 10 fingers rather than two hands. It's going to change the way you play your instrument. I guarantee you. All right, so one exercise that you can do is simply stretching. Again, these are muscles. When you work out, like your other muscles, your chest muscles, your arms, your legs, you stretch, right? So what you can do is just almost like hold your hand out like you're catching water or holding a ball, right? And literally lift each finger how you would when you're playing, right? When I'm playing, I don't necessarily lift my thumb out or stretch it out. It just comes up like this, right? It doesn't go out like that. It doesn't come in. It goes up, right? Right? Okay? So hold it and maybe count to 5 or 10. Really stretch it out. And when you start to feel the muscle stretch right up in here, hold it out. All right? Let it down slowly and follow suit with the rest of your fingers. All right? Hopefully you guys can see it. Let me move down here so I know you guys can see it. All right? The next one. And although I'm doing this to make sure you guys can see my hands, you want to do this on a flat surface. You can do it like on your thigh. You can do it on a table. Something flat here. If you have a piano, you can close the piano and just do it kind of on the lid of the piano. All right. Now, these fingers 4 and 5 are going to be your weaker fingers. Right. Usually fingers 1, 2, and 3 are your stronger ones. 4 and 5 are your weaker ones. Okay. But it's okay. We're going to work those guys too. Don't be discouraged by your ring finger here. All right. You may not be able to lift that one as high at first. Right. It didn't come up as high as the middle finger. Right. But there was a time where I couldn't even get it this high. All right? So continue to work on it. Work on it. And the goal is to build a little bit of finger independence. All right? You don't want to get caught up doing this 2 at a time, all this, or trying to pull it up and, no. Work those muscles. Work them. All right? Do that with both hands. All right? So that's one exercise. The other exercise is pretty similar. Instead of holding it, you're going to just tap, though. Try to get like 5, 10 taps out of each finger. All right. Get used to playing in, right? You don't want to get caught up stretching it out like that. Make sure they stay nice and curved, straight up. All right. All right. Here's another tip that's going to help make sure that you're playing out at all times. Now, it's going to be a little hard, especially if you're playing like with an amp or through a speaker or something. Those of you guys who play in church or on gigs a lot and are playing through a sound system, it's definitely going to be nearly impossible to really hear this. When you're practicing, try to listen for that sound right there. The bottom surface of your keyboard instrument. That bottom surface. Okay? So, which brings me to a point. You want to be practicing on some kind of instrument with weight. All right? Whether that's a weighted MIDI board, weighted keyboard like I have here. If you have a grand piano or upright or something like that, that is the best thing you can get. But get as close to a fully weighted instrument as you can, all right? So, hearing the bottom of that surface ensures that you're playing through at all times. You don't want this to happen, right? Where you can kind of feel it pressing down, but you can't really hear the bottom of that. You can definitely tell the difference on a grand piano versus a keyboard depending on how the keyboard is calibrated, but you want to feel the bottom of that keyboard, the bottom of that surface every time. Alright? That's going to ensure the idea is going to come out every single time. Alright? Let's dive into this Hannon real quick. Alright? So, Hannon, again, is beneficial for finger strength. It's also beneficial for finger speed and timing. All right? All right, we're going to talk a lot about timing the more you see my face. It's directly connected to groove, to feel, all right, and to a good musical experience. So, here's one exercise that's going to help you. All right? Hannon is all 16th notes. All 16th notes. So we're going to start on C here. All right? We're going to start octave below middle C and the octave below that one. All right, so this is C2 and 3 here. All right, finger 1 in the right hand, finger 5 in the left hand. And what's going to happen is we're going to skip D, we're going to skip a note. All right, hit the next one, which is E, and you're going to follow all your fingers. And come back down, then hit D. The next note in the sequence, skip one, go all the way up, come down, skip one, skip one, skip, all the way up, go 2 octaves, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Alright. So, when we get up to G, all right, up to this G5 here, right, and G4. So we start to come back down, right? It's gonna start on G, and we're gonna go the opposite way. Start on G, we're coming down, skip one, use all your fingers, skip one, skip, skip. All right, that's that exercise. Okay, let me play it for you non-stop. I'm gonna go slow. All right, just to show you how it goes. Here we go. And that's it. And that's it. That one exercise can take your playing from here to here to here. All right. Once you get used to playing through like that on a consistent basis, that becomes your standard way of playing. All right. It's much easier at that point for you to back off if you have to play quieter than to constantly have to work and work to play louder. Make that your baseline way of playing through like that, playing strong. All right. So I recommend starting off at maybe 80 to 90 beats per measure and working your way up to like 120 to 150. Really making sure everything is clean, making sure you're still playing through, and speed up in increments of like maybe 2 or 3. Don't try to jump by 5 or by 10 or anything like that. You want to make sure that you can play consistently at every tempo. All right. So continue to work through that. Again, grab this book. I just went through one exercise. There's 60 exercises in here. All right. All designed to and just improve your playing, improve your speed, improve your finger strength. Bassist, grab this book too. Look, you can read the bass clef on here. Let me show you this way. There you go. You can read the bass clef on here, right? And just work it through with your instrument. Same with you guitar players. You can read the treble clef and work it through in your instrument. And it can also work your other hand, right? Your plucking hand, depending on if you're a left-handed or right-handed bassist, and get those guys moving. Guitarists, you can work on your picking, your down and up strokes, right? As you're playing through, and get all that stuff locked in. All right? So, one simple exercise, spend about 5-10 minutes a day warming up with that, and I guarantee you it's going to transform your playing. Happy practicing, happy playing, happy music experience. Much love to you, and I will catch you next time.